much. And so now he's forced to just kind of come back and play a little bit defensive, try and get this expansion up. And in the meantime, though, DalaiLameR getting an expansion of his own app, Tech Lab going down. I like that. He's going to start, well, actually, I'm not sure what he's going to get with the Tech Lab exactly. I mean, it's likely tanks. Tanks are always handy to have around against almost anything, especially if there's Banelings in the mix. But finally, there's some lair tech going on. Aspire is up, starting to produce some Mutalisks, and this is a really nice. He's just defeated all these forces that were going to harass, and coming out with the Mutalisks to counter-harass is going to be a really good move. Only 6 Mutalisks at this point, but oh no, if he catches those dropships in mid, oh no, is he going to catch them in the middle? He may force him to drop on the island to protect the dropships. Yes, he's going to be forced to drop all of his Marines on the island. He's going to get an Overlord kill out of the deal. But in the meantime, these Mutalisks are going to basically keep those drops from happening anymore. Because, what's going on with my mouse? Because the Mutalisks could kill off the dropships before they could land, basically, all of their troops. Anyway, single Zergling harassing this new expansion, but he's going to clean that up pretty quick. But critically, DalaiLameR getting lots and lots and lots of bases here. Lots and lots of forces. By the way, just to go back real quick while there's a little bit of a lull to finish the thought I was having earlier, it is just as efficient to have your 2 drones on this as it is to have 1 and 1, but it's still a little bit better to move your drones down here, because then you're mining longer. It's just a matter of you know, as the drones are moving down to this location, they aren't mining, then they make up that mining later on, basically. But then your main lasts longer because it's not as saturated, and you have 2 bases mining longer. So there is an advantage to materning your drones down, basically. And it just kind of depends on what kind of advantage you want to go for. Going in for a major attack, a lot of Mutalisks there. They're going to clean up those Marines and then go for the turret, or actually maybe it looks like they went for some SCVs. Look at this, 4 mules have been dropped over there. It might have been, it might have behooved him to try and take out those mules, as a matter of fact. But look at this, DalaiLameR at pretty decent saturation at all 3 of his bases. In fact, I think he's got, yeah, maybe a couple more drones than he needs. Well, no, that's a pretty good amount, actually. Never mind. Mutalisks running around, picking off the Hellion that was over here at the watchtower, and getting the high yield as well. What is this flying around here? He's got a medevac full of Marines just flying around, and that would be a really nice thing to fly in here and kill off this base. It looks like he is going to drop those Marines out and go over and attack. In the meantime, Mutalisk harass going down at this expansion, a little bit late to pick off those mules, but trying to pick off SCVs. These Mutalisks are, man, turrets are just very, very powerful against Mutalisks. It's very hard to, it takes a long time to destroy them. Here comes those mutas. Are they going to be able to take out the Marines in time? The hatchery's down to 150. There it goes. The hatchery goes down. Those Marines are definitely going to go down. I think everyone knew that those Marines were going to die, but he managed to power down that hatchery first, and that is the important thing. I think that's a very good sacrifice. The Marines were probably worth, and the medevac were worth more than that hatchery was, just in sheer, you know, number of minerals spent. But keeping that high yield from getting up is more important, basically, than just the minerals that were going into it. It looks like he'd already sent his drones down, transferring down to this expansion. They're just going to long distance mine to this location here, which is apparently morphing to another lair, apparently. Okay, that's kind of interesting. I'm not sure. Maybe, actually, well, this is kind of a point of contention if he attacks. And I'm so sorry I missed this. Let's go back just a moment here. I catch these Mutalisks coming in from behind, and he picks off the turret. He's going for the armory as well. Armory's going to go down very quickly, and there's the reason why. One of the reasons why he got that tech lab was for the Thor. Thor's going to be super effective against these Mutalisks. This is almost reaching a critical mass of Mutalisks where Marines would not be able to deal with it very easily, but the Thor is able to do splash damage to air units. And so with these Mutalisks clumped up, for instance, attacking a turret or something like that, the Thor is going to be able to do massive damage against them. But SeleCT needs to be a little bit worried here. He is Terran, and Terrans can do a lot off a little bit, but he needs to start thinking about securing a 3rd base pretty quickly, because otherwise, with this high yield coming back up, DalaiLameR is going to run away with this game very, very soon. Here we go, a nice army of Marines and medevacs, a couple tanks, and a Thor as well. Pretty significant force, but it's exactly what Banelings and Zerglings are good against. And here comes, he's stimming, he's running in, oh, and an Infestor in the mix as well. Gets a nice fungal and all those Marines. Where's the Banelings to back up? Oh, man. That would have been a perfect chance to run in with those Zerglings and Banelings. He couldn't have fallen back. The fungal would freeze those units in place. But he didn't take that chance. He wants to wait, get a larger army, and go in with all of his forces at once with more Banelings, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He wanted to get his Mutalisks back there, and we're just going to see a huge, huge, epic battle here, unless, actually, Select might decide to just take up. Wow, I like this. He's just spreading out his Marines and his Medivacs and his tanks and his Thors, and is just going to chill and hold this position. And Siege Mode... does he have Siege Mode? He doesn't even have Siege Mode yet, actually. Siege Mode is almost done researching. There we go. Once that goes up, he's going to siege up these tanks, and he's going to be in a really, really strong position. The siege tanks are going to be able to do pretty well against these Banelings, especially if they're clumped up. Siege Mode is not up yet, and he's going in for the major attack. Marines spread out, get fungled everywhere. So many Infestors fungling everything. Infested Terrans going down, Mutalisks and Terrans, and oh my gosh, tons of Banelings coming in, and DalaiLameR is just going to wipe this up hardcore. Wow, and that would have been, wow, he's trying to morph into a planetary fortress over here, but he's going to have to lift and try and fly out. It's not going to work. Baneling going after the SCVs! Ah! Oh, man, that Baneling chasing that clump of SCVs. Is he going to, oh, my, it's going to run all the way in. Oh, oh, dear. Oh, dear God. Oh, no, Baneling, where are you going? Oh, no, Baneling! Go back! That was your chance for glory! Oh, that is disappointing. I wonder if it was control grouped with some Zerglings and he moved the control group or something like that. Oh man, that was, oh man, that was almost the best Baneling ever. I don't think the Baneling does enough damage to kill the SCVs anyways, but it still would have been awesome to do that much damage with a single Baneling. Select is managing to get back into this game though. He's managing to get this position retaken just with his reinforcements. I'm sure there was some battles going on in here, but that Baneling was frankly more important than any battles that were going on in the middle here. He's having to bunker up though. Select is in a little bit of trouble with his high yield going down here. Just so many units being able to be produced. And let's actually check the... oh, there goes those Marines. Didn't even see them. Wow! That is what I was worried about. And here he comes in for one final attack and did not let Select get his forces back together, and Select forced to GG. We can watch this final attack one more time, but it was pretty much over at that point. Select had he'd lost his army, and he was trying to come back here and take this position again. They both knew that he kind of needed that location in order to survive in the long term with his natural expansion close to mining out and his main mined out. And basically, Select was just trying to play defense and get back in the game in the long term, and DalaiLameR did not let him do that. He just decided to finish the game right then and there, and very nice move on his part. He'd gotten plenty of drones at all of his bases and had them for a long time, so at that point it was just producing units. So all he had to do was just, push his army back up with queens and such. Starting to get lair tech, hive tech as well. Anyway, nicely played by both players. Very nicely played by DalaiLameR. I was a little bit worried at first with those drops, the harassment, but he actually held off the harassment pretty well. And that basically bought him some time to expand to another couple bases and get his drones up, while Select played defense after the harassment didn't work. And that's pretty much all there was to it once he got so many bases up and running. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. GG.